Hey there. Today, we're taking a look at the Lekker Amsterdam GTS, a premium urban e-bike that blends classic Dutch design with modern tech. This bike sits at the €3,100 price point, making it one of the more high-end city bikes on the market. It's got a stylish, minimalistic frame, an integrated display, and some interesting component choices. But the big question is it worth it? Unboxing and first impressions. Alright, let's talk about what you get when you order this bike. The Lekker Amsterdam GTS comes almost fully assembled, which is a huge advantage. This makes it a great bike for people with two left hands. All you really need to do is attach the pedals and adjust the handlebars to your liking. That's it. No complicated setup, no headache. Now, one thing I noticed right away. The packaging is really well designed. There's a lot of branding, which makes sense given that Lekker is a premium brand that leans into that stylish, high-end feel. It feels like you're unboxing a product from a company that really cares about presentation. But here's one thing I wasn't a fan of. There's no physical manual, just a QR code. Now, for me, that's not a big issue. But considering that this bike is likely targeted at an older audience, both because of its higher price and its classic design, I think a traditional paper manual would be nice to include. Not a deal breaker, but something to note. Design and build quality. Now, let's talk about the design. This bike absolutely looks the part. It's clean, it's minimalistic, and it gives off those classic Dutch city bike vibes, but with some modern touches. One interesting design choice? The fenders are made of metal, which is actually common for Dutch bikes. Now, this has its pros and cons. On the plus side, they're more durable than plastic fenders. But the downside? They're heavier, which does add some extra weight to the bike. Also, I did notice that the front fender tends to rattle slightly when riding. It's not a huge issue, just tighten some screws. Now, one thing I really do like is the thicker than average tires for a city bike. They offer great grip, making the ride feel more stable, especially in wet conditions. Given how unpredictable the weather can be here in the Netherlands, that's a big plus. And let's not forget the classic old-school bell. It's got that lever-style design, which not only looks cool, but also works surprisingly well. Small detail, but it fits the overall aesthetic of the bike. And you probably already know I love real bells instead of those cheap horns. Now, let's talk about the tech side of things. The integrated display is a really nice touch. It's built right into the center of the handlebar, keeping everything clean and modern. No clunky attachments, just a smooth built-in design that feels premium. The Amsterdam GTS has a Gates belt drive, which is one of the best in the business. It doesn't need oil, doesn't rust, doesn't need any maintenance, and is totally silent. This is all great for an urban bike. Gears? The Lekker has Enviolo stairless gears. I've never used this before. When you twist the throttle-like handle, it slowly changes the gearing, but totally smooth. This feels very weird at first, but is actually super nice. It also avoids complicated gearing on the outside of the bike, which is prone to braking. This matches the Lekker brand being a combination of classic Dutch design with new bike technology. Alright, let's talk about the battery situation. This bike comes with a 500 watt-hour battery, which is solid for a city commuter bike. You're looking at a realistic range of 50 to 80 kilometers, 30 to 45 miles, depending on your riding style and assist level. Pretty standard for a bike at this level. This model also has an option for a 600 watt-hour battery for 100 extra euros, which I would definitely select. But here's the thing that could be better. The included charger is only 2 amps. At this price point, I was really expecting at least a 3 amp charger to cut down on charge times. With the current setup, you're looking at a good 5 to 6 hours for a full charge, which isn't bad, but it could be 3 to 4 hours with a 3-amp charger and wouldn't add much cost. It appears like you can buy a fast charger on their site, but it's unclear how fast that one is. And it's €88, which seems too expensive. Ride experience. So, how does the Lekker Amsterdam GTS feel on the road? Honestly, it rides really well. It's smooth, stable, and the belt drive makes for a perfectly smooth, almost Rolls-Royce-like ride. The grippy tyres help a lot with overall ride comfort, and the slightly heavier frame actually gives it a planted feel. The pedal assist is smooth, and the motor kicks in gradually, which makes for a natural riding experience rather than a jerky one. The upright riding position makes the bike feel really comfortable for long rides, perfect for city commuting or just cruising around. But overall, it's a great city e-bike experience. What could be better? No bike is perfect, and the Amsterdam GTS is no exception. Here are a few things that could be improved. A faster charger. 2 amps just isn't cutting it at this price point. A 3A charger would be minimal in my opinion. It's a big bike for big men. The design and shape of the bike makes it not for small people. Lekker has other models for that though. No rear rack. This would be nice, but I understand why it isn't included. You can buy them on their site for just €68, so it's alright. Another thing I wanted to note is that you can buy extra batteries on their site for just €400. That's pretty cheap, but it makes me wonder why the bike is so much more expensive, as the battery is usually the biggest cost. But it is nice that you can buy an extra if you are a really extensive rider. Final thoughts. So, is the Lekker Amsterdam GTS worth it? Here's my take. If you're looking for a premium city e-bike that's well built, stylish, and packed with branding and design-focused choices, this is a solid pick. The thick tyres, smooth ride, and quality components make it a great option for daily commuters or riders who want a classy Dutch-style e-bike with modern tech. But at €3,000, it's definitely in the higher-end price range. And for that price, you have to really value the design and branding. If you just want performance for the money, there are cheaper options with similar specs. So, would I recommend it? If you want a stylish, reliable Dutch urban e-bike, yes. But if you're looking for the absolute best value for your money, you might be better off with an unheard-of cheap Chinese brand. That's it for this review. Let me know what you think in the comments. Would you buy the Lekker Amsterdam GTS? Thanks for tuning in, and a big shout out to Lekker for letting me try out this model. If you're interested in checking out the Amsterdam GTS, there's a link in the description below. Until next time, make sure to ride far, ride fast, and ride forward. Cheers.